Within this lesson, we're just going to do a quick review of the form document, the form HTML, and the JavaScript involved in it. So as we can see here, we do have our basic form. What it's doing is it's querying the server and just checking to see if these names are being used. And right now we just have it on key up. And what happens is when we do have a key up, it runs this function. So it's just a simple JavaScript here within the input field. So we're not actually using this button, but we're going to keep it in here. And also this file is going to be available within the documents of this course. So when we do key up, it runs the function. And this is the function. So we've set up that function here as an AJAX request. We're picking up the username value from this field, so ID username. We're picking up that value, doing get element by ID dot value to return that value information. And then what we're doing here is we're doing an HTTP request. So if the window does have the XML HTTP request ability, and then it's going to set AJAX request as a new XML HTTP request function. And if it's not available, so if the window is not a modern window or not modern browser, I should say, it's going to set it up as an ActiveX or an ActiveX object. And so so these are doing the same thing, just depending on what the browser is. So now that we've set up AJAX request that's going to hold this object information, we're able to use AJAX request and check on ready state. And what this is going to do is when the state changes, it's going to know that it's going to run this function. It's going to check the ready state value. So we're checking for a ready state value of 4, meaning that there's data and it's ready, and 200 just means that the status is successful. And from here, we're just doing again get element by ID result, and that's just over here, ID result, setting that inner HTML to AJAX request response text. So we're using this AJAX request object and we're pulling back that response text. And that was the same thing that we were looking over in the console. So basically that's filling out that inner HTML with whatever value is being returned from there. And then going forward, we're just doing that. We're using post now. So before we're using get and we're sending the value over in get. But within this one, we've updated it to post. So this is more secure again, because we are sending form data. We had to pass over in this request headers. And over here, we've got check. So this is just that URL or the location of that server file that you're looking to interact with and to send the data to. So again, it doesn't necessarily have to be a PHP file or anything else. It could literally be any type of file, and whatever is output in that file, it's just going to output within this field here. Essentially, that's all this function is really doing. But because we do have some server code here, we are able to make it more dynamic. So it wouldn't just be returning one set of values, it's returning anything that's written out here. And then lastly here, when we're doing our send, we had to send over a value of username. And again, this username is the value that's available within this input field. And all we're doing is we're just picking that up over here at AJAX request, and username here, document get element by ID username value. So we can also do that down here as well if we wanted to, but usually it's better just to break that out and use it as a variable. And again, using get is actually going to be quicker, but if you've got a lot of data and if you do need to have secure data, you should be using post. And then all we've got down here is just we've got our standard HTML. So this is just an input field, a button, and a div. And again, this the code for form is going to be available within the source files of this course. So you're welcome to download that and work with that and try that out.